Okay, we are starting our shape 1 to learn about the different shapes, and we're going to start with the square to begin this project. And what we're going to create in the shapes is we're going to create something called tessellations. And tessellations are repeated shapes that fit and interlock with one another. And this is what we're going to begin with. And the first step that I want you to do is to take your square that you have. It should be the same on all sides. That makes it equally square. The first thing that you're going to do is you are going to just draw a line. First of all, I'm going to have you write not art, but part. So we're going to go P, A, R, and T. So you should have the letters P as in Paul, A as in art, R as in red, T as in Tom. Okay? And we're going to begin with that so you'll know what one fits with another. It's going to become a puzzle piece. So the first thing you want to do is begin by drawing a line. And this is a horizontal line because it goes from left to right or right to left, okay? And then the second part of what you're going to do is you're going to start at the top or the bottom. You're going to make a vertical line. But I want it to not be straight, but I want it to be kind of jig-jag. Maybe have some short, sharp points right here. Have some curvy points. But you need it to intersect in somewhere around the middle here. Okay, mine's intersecting a little lower down here. But that's what you're going to do. And that's the first part. Then you're going to take your square. And I have mine here that doesn't have... We're going to take the tape off. And we know that it goes off the edge here. And you're going to cut right on the line, okay? So right on this line, I'm going to cut this all the way to the top. Okay? So let's cut it all the way to the top. Follow your line. And of course, the tape covered the lines. So I'm going to keep going all the way to the top, okay? So we have this point, this part covered. And the other one that we have is this one. So we have these two that go together. Okay, mine happen to fall. Now we're going to cut on this line. So we're going to have 4 pieces, and I'm going to cut on this line. Okay, to have 4 pieces. So let me begin to do that, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to cut this like this. Okay, and cut all the way to that edge, okay? There's 2 pieces. See how they fit together? I'm going to do it for the other side, okay? And I'm going to take this one, this one, and I'm going to cut this and go all the way around. And I'll have 4 pieces because I have 2 here and 2 on the other one. Let me put these together on the camera so you can see them a little bit better. All right, so let me just put it up here. All right, so we have our P, okay? Let me get a little tape on that first. So we have our P, all right? And this is why we do letters, so you can put them together. And then we have our A, okay? It fits right here. Do you see that? See how that A fits right there? Okay? And we're going to do the R, okay? And the R, I'm going to put it off to the side here so you can see kind of where that R would go. So you have like 4 puzzle pieces, okay? And the T. And the T would go right here, right there, okay? So it's kind of like we just cut on the lines, okay? And we made 4 pieces. Now, here's how we're going to shuffleboard to create a tessellation model that we are going to trace. We're going to take the P, move it diagonally down to the T. We're going to take the T and move it up here, okay? So let me show you how that's done. I'm going to take the P, and I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to take the T and move it up here, okay? So, see how I'm going to make the corners fit together? So I've got, if I move this corner, I have T and P right there. I'm going to do the same to these sides. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to put the A here, and I'm going to put the R here. So we're going to fit the corners together, okay, like this. Try to fit them together as best as you possibly can. Now I'm doing this on a board. You'll be able to do it on a flat surface. See how the corners, all four corners get together? So you should have T, R, A, P. That's in the way they should go. Then you're going to take it and you're going to tape them together so that they're all together as one piece. And you can put a piece of tape here, 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 and here if you'd like. But just make sure that they're together enough so when you use them to place on your board, they'll stay together, okay? So I'm just reinforcing it with more tape, okay? Make sure it all sticks together. Now, let's see, I hope I can get this off the board. So let me take this off the board here. Okay, I got a little tape stuck on there yet. Okay, so there you see, you have one shape because it's been taped, okay? So there's your one shape. And I have a little bit of sticky tape here. I'm going to flip over on the back if you have a little sticky tape there. So it should not be any stickiness on the front or the back. And now you're ready to repeat this shape into what is called a tessellation. So let me begin. I've already got one available here that I did with this. Here's this design we just did. And here's a design I did prior to this. Okay? So I'm going to show you the one I did prior to this, okay, than this one. But this one would work just as well. So I'm going to take this off here and kind of show you where I'm at, okay? This is what tessellation does. Okay, creates a pattern. And in that pattern here, but this one is not this one. This one is this one that I did before. Now, knowing this, what I do is I'm going to show you how they fit together. Because when you trace them over and over again, they interlock. So let me explain what I mean by interlocking. See this shape right here? It fits on the bottom. If you move it to the bottom, you move it over, and it fits exactly. You move it down, it fits exactly. I move it over, and I put it here. I match it up with the lines underneath it, and I'm able to draw. So let me draw this one. I don't have to do these lines because these lines are already done for me. So let me put it here. So I don't have those lines to draw, but I want to match it up carefully. If you don't match it up exact, it will come off a little bit and you're not going to get it exactly the way that you need to. So I'm going to draw this, and this is called a template, which is the thing that you'll be tracing around, okay, like a stencil. Now, I didn't have to trace over much because that came. Now I can slide this down and it'll interlock underneath here. And I can continue, and I'm going to continue to draw. And this is going to be over your entire piece of paper. You're going to have this interlocking design, which means you can move it this way, it interlocks. You can move it this way, and it interlocks. See? There should be no background between. Now, I want to show you something of what you can do. Let me move the camera over here so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, over here, you will see that I created kind of a fun, whimsical design. And this design, it's hard to tell what it is, but you're going to look at this shape and you're going to decide, what can I create from this shape? What would be an interesting? Does it look like a dog face? Does it look like a fish? This one kind of looked a little bit... Here, let me get the camera up there a little bit better. Kind of looked like a turtle. So I did the little eyes on the head, and then I did the feet, and of course the little tail right here. I kind of drew a line apart from the tail. That'd be like the tail, and then the little feet here, and the eyes, and the shell. And I made it into a turtle. And what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing when you draw it out. Each one will have a turtle pattern. Now, can you trace these if you put tracing paper? Absolutely. You can take a tracing paper and trace it on to do turtles all along here. We're going to do these in full color. So you're going to color them in with colored pencil. Okay? But you're going to fill your entire paper with the shape. And that is called a repeating, get back here, a repeating tessellation. Okay, now this design that we did, it's going to make something else different. Does it look like a bird? Does it look like a leaf with a stem? What does it look like? It looks like two leaves. You know, so you can come up with some varied things that you can come up with to what you can make into it. Okay, and that is for shape 1, and we have concluded this lesson.